Hi, and welcome back to Mighty Little Green Machine. Ever since I got my Frontier Rototiller, it's been a pain in my neck trying to move it. It seems like I always put it in the way. It's heavy, it's tough to move. I usually do it with a strap because I usually have the backhoe on the back, so I don't have the 3-point hitch on it. So I'm getting ready to go do this, my first side job, and I'm gonna need the rototiller and the backhoe. So what I decided to do was to build a pallet that the rototiller can sit on securely that I can move with the forks. This way I can load it and unload it on the trailer even with the backhoe on, and it'll be easier to store and easier to move. So let's get started. So I have a Frontier RT 3049 rototiller. So the first thing I've done is I've measured from outside edge to outside edge of the feet, or the skis, or whatever you call them. And then I'm going to go just a ½ inch larger, and that's going to set my width. So I'm going to start by cutting 3 2x4s 54.5 inches long. Now the reason I decided to do 3 is I'm going to put one on the outside edge, on each outside edge, and I'm going to put one in the middle, because then I'm going to run a piece of wood this way on each side for the skis to sit on, the feet. Because the other thing that I don't like that the way I have it set right now, and it's the way I need it, is that the tines sit on the ground. I'm sure it's fine. I'm sure it won't hurt it, but it bothers me. So I want to set those tines up off the base of the pallet and have the feet sit on it so it elevates it a little. Shavings from my pencil. I was at Lowe's earlier picking up some drainage pipe, and I did go up back to see if maybe they had a wider skid, and they do not, or did not. So I said, you know what, the heck with it, I'm just going to build it the way I like it. I had all these scraps of wood. I already had this pallet. It's going to kind of cost me anything. I own the screws and all that stuff, so it's kind of a free project at this point. And I think it's going to help a lot. Okay, so I got my first piece here. I've got my screws and my screw gun. I've measured it and put it even on each side. We're not building a Swiss watch. We're building something that's going to hold a rototiller. So extreme precision is not important. I mean, obviously we want to be close, but extreme precision is not important. I'm just going to find the right size screws for this. Now this isn't going to need a lot of screws because it's not really going to hold anything. It's because the weight's going to be sitting on it. So I'll probably just put, I don't know, 4 screws in each. Trying to keep the screws going in the 2x4s though, up from the skid. pallet, whatever you want to call it. Okay. I didn't give myself a ton of room to work here. I really need to get better about planning my projects out so I can move around. So the second one I'm just going to center over the center support. I thought about doing this with just two, but I'm worried that when I put the 2x4 going across for the feet to sit on, it will bow in the middle. And it's about 3.5 to each side. I'm going to call that pretty gosh darn good. I will tell you that I'm pretty excited about doing this, my first side job. As I told you guys, it's right down the street from me, so it's not even far. But I am going to use my trailer because I need a whole pile of different implements, and it's just going to be easier than driving up and down the street with the tractor. Not that I'm worried about that. I do it all the time, but I've actually now. I've bid on 4 different jobs. I have 3 of them confirmed so far and scheduled. I haven't heard on the 4th one yet. But the 4th one was actually taking down some trees. Not really what I want to do. I can certainly do it, and I will if you know, if I get the job, but I'd much rather be doing tractor work. Hoping this doesn't become too heavy so I can move it around when it's not sitting on the trailer. When it's not, yeah, I can speak. When it is not, doesn't have the rototiller on it. Okay, so now 40 inches. I'm gonna go 40. Am I 40? Now I only need these on both ends. I'll do 40 1/4. This one's just a little bit wider. Like I said, we're not building a Swiss watch. I'm only going on both ends because, like I said, I want the tines to be elevated. Might have to go up and get another piece of wood. And by the way, I know I should be using a speed square and not doing it this way, but it's what I had handy. I only own about 6 speed squares, and of course I couldn't find any of them. But this will work. I am going to have to get one more piece of wood. Do that in a minute. I also want to measure the rototiller when it's sitting on the ground to make sure 2 inches is enough. Okay, let's go measure. Let's go measure to make sure if I want to do 2 boards here or just 1, and then I'll go get more. Okay, let's get this measured. So if you can see what I'm talking about, that's sitting on the ground right now, and you can see how much space there is. So let's just okay, so it's almost 2 inches. So 1 2x4 isn't going to be high enough, especially if I have to end up going the 1 more hole to make it deeper. So I'm going to go get a couple of pieces of wood. I'm going to go 2 2x4s high so it keeps those tines up off the ground. Okay, so I grabbed a couple of more pieces of wood out of my scrap pile. So because now I'm going to need 2 pieces of 2x4 on either side, so that I can keep that thing up off the ground. The other thing that I've noticed with this is that it tends to roll back. Now, I don't know if that's because it's sitting on the tines. So what I'm going to do is we'll set it, put the foot down, and if it doesn't want to stay in the upright position, I'll go ahead and add I'll take one of my old ratchet straps and attach it right to the pallet so it's always there. Then I can hook it and just pull it down so it stays. Looks like I'm only going to need 1 piece of wood. It's 3. I've come to love battery operated tools. I can't remember the last time I plugged something in. Okay. Perfect. Grab some more screws. Just do this in the first place and take the bucket right out. Now, same thing with this. Doesn't need a lot of screws because it's just going to be laying there. It just keeps it from falling off, really, because the weight's going to hold it on. Might as well put the second piece on while we're here, and then we'll do the other side. The other thing that I wanted to do this for is next couple of weeks I'm going to build a freestanding structure that for my implements. with shelves so I can stack them. And I decided I'm going to do it two-sided so that I can put implements in from both sides to get more up in there. I just don't like my stuff being out in the weather. And I need to find a better way, not stacking them in front of each other, to get them in and out. So this will go down on the ground with the rototiller on it. The other one I'll probably put on the ground is the, something's falling somewhere, is the, my landscape rake. Because that thing's just it's so big. It's light, but it takes up so much space front to back, too. Missed a little. I love these Torx head bits. I mean, the bits and screws, because they last so much longer and they grab so much better than Phillips head. They're kind of like deck screws. Apparently, I found, luck of me, I found the one other screw I put in. Probably couldn't do that again if I tried. Okay. Now that it's all done, should have done this when I put the first pieces on. Let me make sure that I got what I need here for width. So 54.5, the skids are 54. So that should give me just a little bit of cheater space on either side. And that's the outside edge, so they'll come in, so it should sit nice on this. Now, let me get it set on the driveway, and then we'll see how it works. Not bad. We'll see how it fits in a second, but I thought I was going to have to add more wood just to support the foot, but it lines right up, which is perfect. I didn't even think of that. Well, I would have liked it a little more that way, but that's perfect. Super pleased with that. I guess I'll get better at lining it up as I go. I could not be happier with this. It's stable. It's solid. Obviously, when it's on the trailer, I'll strap it down. It's keeping the tines off the ground, so I don't have to worry about those getting hurt. I don't think it can fall off. And now I can move it with my forks whenever I want. In an upcoming video, you'll see me loading everything up and prepping for this job that I'm going to be doing to kind of get an idea of how much time it takes before the job. because I want to see if I've quoted these right. And obviously my time's got to be included for uploading. So until next time, thank you for watching.